What a season for Ajax. The double domestically came so close to getting through to the Champions League final. However, Shaka, Hislop, it'll be a little bit different next season. They're going to lose some players, including this kid behind us, Frenkie de Jong, going to Barcelona. He's going to fit in nicely, isn't he, if he is able to continue what we saw of when he played against Real Madrid?
Yeah, incredible talent. And no question Barcelona are getting a player who's there for the long term and one who I think will ultimately prove an incredible acquisition for them. The trouble is, or the question is, how quickly does he settle in? And we've seen some examples over the recent past where it hasn't been that easy to transition. Philippe Coutinho, as good as he was for Liverpool, struggled to really fit in at Barcelona. I have to admit that came as a huge surprise to me, and I just wonder if his own injury early on into his Barcelona career maybe caused him to lose a certain rhythm, and because I feel up until then he'd been playing pretty well for Barcelona. Dembele, who's gone there, I think he's been good. I think he hasn't. His adjustment has been more off the park than on it. And again, I think he's a player who Barcelona would do well to hold on to, despite the frustrations. As long as he settles down and matures. Again, I think he's one who can continue to lead Barcelona in the right direction in the long term. And now the question is, can Frenkie de Jong fit in similarly? Given what we've seen on the park, I don't see why not. All that being said, there not only Coutinho, any number of players have gone to the Camp Nou and struggled to fit into that system.
Do you think it's easier for a youngster, a teenager, to adapt to a new lifestyle, or maybe someone a little bit older to adapt to a new lifestyle?
I don't know. I think that there are examples of both, where you fit in and rather seamlessly, or you've struggled. And it all comes down to kind of who you are.
It's character, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Yep.
You know, are you prepared to uproot yourself from what has been home for all your life, and you go to another club, another country, your support network, in this case, you know, let's say in Amsterdam is not there anymore. We've seen 17 and 18-year-olds do it rather seamlessly. We've also seen 17 and 18-year-olds struggle endlessly with just kind of being away from mom and dad, as it were.
When he walks into the dressing room for the first time and sees all these superstars everywhere, do you think they will maybe react a little bit differently to him because they'll respect him, having seen him play and do what he did against Real Madrid and do what he did for Ajax, rather than some kid that they haven't heard of before just walking into the dressing room?
Listen, I don't think he needs to be intimidated walking to that dressing room. I understand, as a teenager, you walk into a dressing room and you look around and you see the likes of Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez and all these names that you've known and followed for so many years, and now all of a sudden you're sharing a dressing room and having conversations with them and going out to dinner and having, you know, meaningless conversations at time about what you watched on television or whatever. And at times it can seem surreal, without question. But at the same time, I think that dynamic of how you settle in is driven by those more experienced players. And albeit looking from the outside, what I see of Lionel Messi and the likes, and how he interacts with any number of his teammates, both senior and established to the young ones, I think he embraces these young talents coming in. I think he makes them feel as comfortable and as settled as he possibly can. Ultimately, it's down to the personality. What they do on the pitch dictates how you're treated off it as much as anything.
We're looking forward to seeing how he does at Barcelona, because he's had a fantastic season so far at Ajax.